Hello everyone and welcome to the Roma Weekly Talk as Roma get back on winning ways yesterday evening against a good Frosinone side who came from some very good results. Back winning, 2 goals, clean sheet, and as I said at the end of the vlog yesterday, hopefully does this mean Roma's back? And yeah, I add a hopefully because you never know. This team is weird. This team feels like it has 2 steps forwards and 3 steps backwards every time. So it's very important to use the word hopefully because you never know what happens with this team. You never know if it is fully back or not. But definitely very important 3 points. I mean, we've discussed it in the match preview in this live stream today. It's not a specific match reaction. We're going to speak about yesterday's game. We're going to look at stats. We're going to look at the importance of some players. This is the weekly talk. So if you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. And obviously, let me know in the live chat your thoughts on yesterday's game. Now, obviously, the importance of yesterday's game was very important. I mean, in terms of the importance of the 3 points yesterday, we can definitely say with no problem that it's kind of like a 6-pointer game. And I normally use this term to emphasize the importance of a football game. Well, yesterday's game is important. Yesterday's game was an important win because of the period we're living. The period coming towards yesterday's game wasn't a good period. We were coming from some terrible results. Only 1 win in 6 games. We were in the low bottom of the league. It was a game which we had to win, and it wasn't a game which everybody would have predicted a Roma win, because in moments like this, you question whether the team is still on, is still compact, is still united. And the fact that we won is very important as a clear message to the entire team that the team is there, the team is present. So in terms of the importance, I'm so happy we got the 3 points because, it was a very delicate game, and we spoke about it in the match preview. I mean, we're going to get into stats and all of that, but the first thing which I will say to kind of lay the foundations to talk about yesterday's game is that in moments like this, all you need is 3 points. If it was a scrappy 1-0 win with an own goal, or a 2-0 win, or a 4-0 win, or a 3-2 win, I could not care less. Yesterday, the most important thing was to get the 3 points, and we did that. Fair play to everyone. But I would also say that you look at yesterday's performance, and it's the minimum acceptable in this period of time. We played a good game against Frosinone, who was coming from 5 consecutive useful results. Good game, but nothing special. It's a game that, as I just said, I don't care about the stylistic of it because the importance of the 3 points is the most important thing. But you look at yesterday's game and we are still miles away from perfection. And it would be a lie for everyone to say that we aren't miles away from perfection. And when I, at the start of this live stream and at the end of yesterday's vlog, say, hopefully Roma is back, it is very important for us to use the word hopefully. Very important. Because you never know if there were dark clouds coming our way. Because yesterday's game was an acceptable performance. Obviously, other teams lost points. We capitalized on it. We got it. We got the 3 points after a terrible result. Fair play. I'm sleeping at night. But we still need to improve. And there is a long way to go until we reach that point where everybody's satisfied. Because there are a few things which you look at yesterday's game which are still there to be, modified, updated, and improved. And the first thing is the defense. And this is where I want to bring this weekly talk into. Our defense doesn't look the same. Our defense doesn't look the same, and our defense doesn't look confident. And the reason behind this is that in 3-man defense yesterday, the player who isn't a defender had to show the other 2 defenders how to play in defense. Yes, Cristante yesterday, who is a box-to-box / number 8 midfield, played as a centre-back yesterday and showed Mancini and Ndika how to play in defence. And that is the clear definition of a team which isn't secure in defence. Because it should be the other way around. It should be a defender telling Cristante how to play in a position which he can't play in and which he's never played in. It shouldn't be the other way around. It shouldn't be Cristante telling Mancini and Ndika how to move around. And this, I'm going to introduce it because against the solid attack yesterday, we would have conceded minimum 1 goal, if not 2. Our defence looks different, and I've said at the start, I don't know if it is this will and this need of us transitioning to more offensive football, which makes our defence play weaker, but our defence is not the same. And please the Lord, let Smalling be back soon. Because, for example, he played, look, I'm going to give it to him because he had a few good slide tackles yesterday. And at the end of the day, he's there to improve. We bought him 3 months ago. Jose said this in the press conference. But Ndika looks lost. Like, Ndika hasn't got a clue of how to move on that football pitch, ladies and gentlemen. What I see in Ndika is a player who is terrified at receiving the ball. And that isn't promising because defense needs to be solid. Again, I think it's a mixed performance yesterday from Ndika. He had a few good things, but overall, he looks confused. He does not know where to move. He does not know the directions. And it is understandable because, Mancini, Cristante, Smalling, when he's back, are used to playing together. So they know how each other move. But Ndika does look lost. And this is the problems which, Smalling being out for injury, Llorente being out for injury can cause. And the thing is, the thing which again, I don't know if we have arrived to a point where it is time for us to change goalkeeper, but Rui Patricio looks even more lost than Ndika. I mean, he didn't do much yesterday, but the few things which he did, thank God, Frosinone were bad in attack. I mean, I don't know what it is. Rui Patricio looks like he's playing Just Dance in goal. Have we all seen that movement from Rui Patricio where the defender cut him and then missed an open goal? I am worried for our goalkeeper. I don't know if it is time to actually put Villar in, something which won't happen because Jose won't change the goalkeeper. But maybe we have reached the point. Maybe we have reached the stage where we need to change goalkeeper because Rui Patricio is another one who looks absolutely lost at time of speaking. And yeah, so that's definitely what I'll say about our defense. I mean, speaking about Cristante, words of this. I'm lost for words when it comes to describing him. I'm gonna say once again, and I know people are fed up of me saying this, but I need to emphasize this once again. Cristante is the machine to this team. And nobody would ever change my opinion on this. Never change my opinion on this. After Dybala and Lukaku, Cristante is, by miles, the most important player in this team. He's never injured. He never complains. He plays wherever you put him. And wherever you put him, he plays well. He bossed that defence yesterday. Against Genoa, we shifted into a more offensive midfield position. He bagged the goal. Against against Empoli, masterclass of a performance. Cristante is is the steam engine of this team. And the reason why he doesn't get the recognition is because he plays in a dirty position. He plays in a dirty position which people won't recognize as vital because he doesn't score the goals. I mean, apart from a few he scored. It's not a position which scores goals. It's not a position which provides assists. It's like, you see, it's like a worker who works in an office and makes money and a miner who works in a mine. But makes the raw materials and makes the economy grow. The worker doesn't get, or the miner doesn't get recognition because he works in the caves. But the person who works in front of a computer does, because he's fancier. He earns more money. And it's exactly the same situation. Exactly the same situation. He doesn't get enough recognition, and he's never been injured. I mean, I'm not exaggerating when I say under Jose in 3 years, Cristante has never missed a game. He's never missed a bloody game. And another thing which I will say about our defense, which is something which I've been saying since, again, I've said this a few weeks ago, months ago, I would say. Karsdorp is our best fullback. Karsdorp is our best fullback. There, again, you can see it on the pitch. You can see it in terms of, you can see it in terms of, first of all, the spirit he puts into the game. Because Karsdorp's, you see, look, Spinazzola's good. Christensen can be good, but I'm not a big fan. Karsdorp might be, it is better, but might not be technically superior than the other two. But the problem is that Karsdorp puts that empathy in that pitch. Something which you can kind of praise it back if he's not technically perfect. At least he puts that empathy in. Sometimes, and especially that after he got, he got kind of clashed with Jose after the Sassuolo game last season, he looked dead. And you can't blame him, because you can't be willing to play for a team which completely outclashes you. But from that onwards, he now looks, he looks as if he wants it more than the other one. Karsdorp needs to be our starting fullback. I don't know if it will happen or not, but under my opinion, he is. He needs to be. He definitely needs to be the starting one. At least he runs. I mean, the other two run too, but yeah, I think he's better. I think he's the best one, no doubt. He's better than, on his day, he's better than Spinazzola too. But yeah, I don't know if it will happen. I mean, he played a great game yesterday. He did get a standing ovation, so maybe that will make, Mourinho rethink about this. I've nothing against Christensen. The problem with Christensen is that he can't stop a bloody ball, and he doesn't. When he attacks, he looks less dangerous than when Karsdorp attacks. That's my point. The point which I'm about to make, which I'm trying to make, is this. First of all, Karsdorp is way better at stopping balls. Second of all, when they both attack, Karsdorp looks like he's more of a threat than Christensen. Right, moving on. I want to speak about Pellegrini, and speaking about Pellegrini, I want to put this picture on, coming from Italian Football TV. Because he got back scoring yesterday. Roma's captain Lorenzo Pellegrini dedicated his goal to his grandmother, who passed away just hours before the match. Look, I'm so happy for him. So, I mean, we went live specifically about Pellegrini a few days ago. He is not living a great moment. And I have to be very honest with you. He scored a goal yesterday. And I've seen worse performances, without a doubt, from Pellegrini. But seeing him from close up, I don't know why, and I don't know what it is, but he looks, I'm not going to use the word scared, but he looks worried to make mistakes. And that links back to what we were saying. The fact that he's the captain doesn't help in terms of pressure. He looks scared to make mistakes. That's the perfect definition of Pellegrini. But I've put this image on the screen because, once again, sometimes it's these details which catch fans out of place. Somebody a long time ago once said, family above everything. Pellegrini, a few hours before yesterday's game, lost his grandmother reason why he scored and went like that. Now, he knew how important yesterday's game was, and he was the first one to want to play yesterday's game and show that the team needed a reaction. And 2 hours before kickoff, he lost his grandmother. People might hate him. People might call him a weak captain, and on some levels he is a weak captain. But these are the details which make me never criticize our captain. It's not for everybody, losing a family member a few hours before kickoff and yet deciding to play the game. And he scored the goal, so happy for him. Maybe will help him confidentially, because he definitely needs confidential boosts. Because I see a player who is scared to make mistakes, who is scared to risk, which is why Pellegrini always passes the ball backwards. I see a player who never risks things. I see a player who never tries good infiltrations in the box. I see a player who is scared to receive those boos because of the mistakes he makes. And that's the last thing a captain needs to do. And then the last thing which I will show is to show the importance of our big man up front, Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku's impact has been immediate. Goals in the first 5 games for Roma, 6 for Batistuta, 4 for El Shaarawy, and 3 for Lukaku. El Shaarawy, I was actually looking back at El Shaarawy's first goal with Roma against, in fact, Frosinone. That back-heel goal was something else. Go watch it. El Shaarawy's first goal with Roma was that back-heel against Frosinone. Sensational. And that's the importance. Lukaku is a game changer. Lukaku is a game changer in this league. I've said it the day he arrived. In fact, I've said it since last year. When he played for Inter, he is a different player in this league. You know, people are too used to Premier League Lukaku. This is an easy league for Lukaku. This is a league with easy defenses for Lukaku to play against, and it's the facts which show it. It's the stats which show it. Lukaku, one of the best goal scorers in the tournament, one of the best attackers in the tournament, and nobody will ever change this. The last thing which I will say to end this stream is you can read from today's title. The most important, now that we've won this game, and now that, you know, it's kind of, you know, with Roma, it's a hit or miss. You win today, you lose the next one. And then, you know, the other thing, we lose another one, we win another one, we lose. It's like that. And that's exactly what I mean. Consistency is needed. Consistency is so important. Consistency with Roma is one of the most important things. And do I think this is a complete turnover of the situation and now we're going to win every game? No, it's not going to be like that. There are going to be darker clouds which are going to come our way. As I said at the start, I still think that this team is miles away from perfection. And this is exactly why very, very happy about yesterday's 3 points. But I'm not celebrating too early because we now have 2 games before the international break, which we have to win. And I always say this. Does it always happen? No, it doesn't. Servette on Thursday, and Cagliari on Sunday. It's time to put that mark on this season and turn things around. I am not asking the team to win every single game because it's impossible for this team to win every single game. But after seeing performances like Genoa, or performances like Verona, or performances like Salernitana and all of that, I just want this team to play as if they were spitting blood everywhere. The one thing which I've had enough is performances where this team falls asleep. And it's like, I don't want to play today. That's the last thing which I want to see. And that's the first thing which you got to improve if you need to improve your consistency. And everything is linked. Consistency is key. Bring the next one on Thursday. And Bove played a very good game in the second half. Not so good in the first half, but good in the second half. So yeah, Right, I am going to catch you tomorrow with tomorrow is Tuesday. So yeah, match preview for Servette, second Europa League game on Thursday at home against the Swiss team. So catch you tomorrow. Very happy for the 3 points, but always room for improvements. Always massive room for improvements. So yeah, if you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments your thoughts on yesterday's game, what you liked, what you didn't like. I hope you enjoyed this weekly talk analysis using stats and all of that deep analysis. And also subscribe to the channel. We're getting closer and closer to 10,000 subscribers. It would be a dream to hit. So please smash the subscribe button by clicking the right button down below. And if you have already, then get your friends and family to subscribe. And I'll catch you very, very soon. See you out.